Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, or if you're new, welcome. We're going to get back into more foodie beauty content today. We're back with the My Husband Is Not Meeting Me in Thailand After All video, which is only about 13 minutes long, so I'm hoping that it's not another mukbang, but I feel like it's gonna be. So, I've got through a bunch of these already, so, I could do one more. We could do one more and we get through it. So, let's just get straight into the video, shall we?
Hello guys, good morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time it is where you are. I barely keep track anymore, so it's hard to with all these different time zones. I'm sorry for the little fuzzies on my hijab, whatever.
Alright, we're starting off the video and she sounds depressed AF, so I'm going to assume that this decision was less of a mutual thing and she was probably expecting him to come along and it was probably sprung on her the very last second. And I honestly thought it'd be like a mutual thing where it's like, alright, I'll do what I want to do for the first week or two and then you can come along and we can do it together. And I probably assumed he had a change of heart and was like, yeah, no.
I need a fabric shaver. So, I'm just going to talk about Salah coming here. So, he will actually, in the end, we've decided that there's just no point at this point of him coming. So, if we rewind a bit, the full story is that he was supposed to meet me here after dealing with something back at home in Kuwait, and it's just developed into something else and taking more time than we thought. So
I mean, there is a lot of speculation about what he's potentially doing. Like, he has another family, he has a child, or he's seeing another person, which honestly, it doesn't really matter what it is. It's more so the fact that I think she's trying so hard to delude herself into believing whatever lie he's telling her, because there's no way that Foodie Beauty is not a very jealous person, and there is no way she's just going to share him with another person. Although that being said, she is incredibly desperate and is unwilling to really concede on any points, so I could see her really, like, go have your fun and do what you want to do and then come visit me just to keep up appearances, because she just doesn't want to admit that it was never a true love story to begin with. Like, she is someone who would rather suffer in misery than admit that she was wrong.
by the time he gets to come here, it's just, there's not going to be much time left for him to enjoy the vacation himself. So in essence, for, it to be worthwhile for him to come,
I'm sitting here with like the biggest grin on my face because I'm trying my hardest not to make jokes, and I've made a bunch of jokes before and I know that I shouldn't be making them because, one, it's an unfortunate thing that people really should be joking about. Like, it's a very sad thing to watch a 40-year-old woman be so depressed and just miserable in her life that she has to delude herself into believing this is true. And two, that I'm probably going to get banned on YouTube eventually if I keep making those innuendos. So that's another thing that I need to worry about.
we would have to actually extend the stay. So I told Salah, I said, listen, I'm going to leave this 100% up to you, because if I stay past the time.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea to give the known cheater the ability to keep you away for longer than you have to be, because then he has more time to spend with the people he wants to see rather than you.
Of my ticket, my return date, it will be 100% doing it for you only, because at that point I'll be over Bangkok if I'm 100%.
I don't like that comment. It's really gross. It's like, oh, you could come, but I'm only going to stay with you simply because you're here. I don't want to be, here doing the things with you. I would rather be at home. It's like, it kind of feels like it would put a damper on the mood, especially when you're trying to enjoy something with your partner and you're knowing they're not having a good time. Like, that feels such, it's really gross.
Truthful. I didn't do much on this trip. I know. I didn't anticipate getting so sick. And
All right, that makes a lot of sense now because like I was wondering the other day in the other video, I was like, okay, is she sick? Because she sounds very raspy, but yeah, no, this definitely confirms it now. She was sick.
If I'm honest, traveling alone to Bangkok is not really enjoyable for me, probably because of the memories that I had built with my first trip here, which was my first trip, my maiden voyage to Thailand. It was with Salah, my husband. So
Yeah, that's true. At the same time, you would want to spend time with someone you truly care about. And if you did it once before with someone, it's going to be less exciting because you're doing it again. You're also doing the same things again, but now you're doing it by yourself. But I think it's more so the fact that you are more so 24/7 playing the fact that you don't know what he's up to. Like in your mind, you're thinking, all right, where is he? What is he doing? Who is he with? Is he cheating on me? Is he doing something he shouldn't be doing? Am I able to really fix any problems that come along? Is the same thing's going to happen? Is there going to be another scandal of him cheating on me? It's a 24/7 rerun of the same thing over and over and over again in your head. So you're going to really just psych yourself out because you can't trust him, and it's going to make your life even more miserable when you're away from him. That's all it is.
we made memories. We had such a good time, and doing things without him just kind of seems blah. But I believe that I'm on the mend from this mystery illness that I've developed from traveling here. And
If I had to take a shot in the dark, I would assume it had something to do with food, probably maybe like a stomach bug or virus, something that her body may not be used to that just caused her to get sick.
for the remainder of time that I have here alone, I really do want to push myself to do some things that I do want to do. There are some attractions and some things I do want to see, but overall, in the end, it's just going to be me. And I think Salah, decided to just leave it. Excuse me, because he knows extending the trip. I think he's still like kind of doing it for me, not for himself. Like I think like he really wanted to come and get away from the Kuwait heat and just have some fun and go. He likes to travel on vacation and stuff. And I feel like he's decided against coming after all, more for me because he knows how over I am and I will be by then, and to extend it more time.
It's sad to see because she honestly does not even believe the things that she is saying herself. Like, she would rather be in a relationship and miserable than be single and miserable because at least she has the status of being a housewife and being, someone with a man. That's like literally her entire personality. Like, she has nothing other than this going for her. And she would rather just believe that her husband is someone who will treat her with love and respect and her won't cheat on her, even though that she knows that's not true. She would rather delude herself into believing that type of fantasy. It's sort of like the Truman Show at this point. It really is. Like, everyone sees it for what it is, and yet here she is spinning around like Cinderella in Bangkok, believing that it's like, this weird fairy tale.
Honestly, guys, mostly what I'm really homesick about, besides Salah, obviously, but like my pets. Like I don't know. That's traveling for a long time. Like a month is a long time to be away from your pets. And
Nope, absolutely not. I have done way too many videos in one take in order to give two shits to even pretend about your fake capacity to care about your animals. You were willing to put two elderly cats down to get some dick in the Middle East, so don't even try that with me.
I did it before, and I just all the time was like wishing I could see my pets. And I really, really, really miss them. I have irritation on my face from my stupid collagen lip gloss. But anyway, I know a lot of people are going to be like, I knew it. I'm not even going to address these people because how you can see the future, I don't know.
It's simple. People are taking a past look at your actions and your partner's actions and simply perceiving the future by making assumptions based on those actions. I am going full Italian. I just realized during this conversation, I'm going full Italian. That like the inner Maltese in me has come out. I am going full Italian with my hands right now because I am just so fed up with these girls.
It's not that big of a deal. He was supposed to come, but it just not going to work out because of the length of time everything is taking. And that part I can't share with you. There's some things that have to stay private, and that's just how it is. It just has to stay private.
Then don't speak on it to begin with. This is what you and Amber do. Not only the two of you, but many people do. You go, I have something important. Something has come up, but I don't want to talk about it. Don't talk about it if you don't want to talk about it. Don't mention it. Don't bring it up. Don't hint on it. Don't suggest it. Don't imply it. Don't. Just don't. If I have something that I don't want to talk about, I don't bring it up with anyone because I don't want to talk about it. People want to know the unknown. People are very inquisitive. They're going to ask, they're going to pry, they're going to infer, they're going to assume, and they're going to place their own opinions on potential things that could be happening in your life because that is what people do. They are very inquisitive at nature. We are willing to try and figure out the unknown regardless of whether or not you don't want us prying, because that is how we are as individuals. Not every single person is like that, but that's just a common denominator for most people. Even animals are like that.
So, yeah, Salah is not coming, officially not coming.
Officially, he might not be coming, but what you don't know won't hurt you, I guess. I had to make one joke. I had to make one. I made one, okay?
And we're bummed, but at the same time, I don't know. Like a part of me is just not really ready to travel, like mentally or physically in a way. So like if he came, we would be doing a ton of like vlogs and stuff that I don't know if I'm ready to do anyway. And I don't want to be a downer for him. And
I mean, yeah, your job is to do social media. You do vlogs, you do mukbangs. That is your job. If you don't want to do your job, get a 9 to 5 like everyone else. Like, oh my God. Like, I don't understand how people complain about the most minute things because it is so easy to do.
I don't know. I'm just like in the mood for like to get home and decorate my place for the fall, come up with fall content and see my pets and, you know.
What does she mean by like full content? Like, are you going to switch from KFC and Subways to maybe like soups and stews? Are you going to be like more hearty foods or something like that?
That kind of thing. But I did have a good time, like just staying in the hotel, I guess, and just, it's just kind of lonely, I guess. I don't know. So, yeah, this is, I wish I could talk more about like reasonings and what's going on in our lives, but we really do just need the privacy. Excuse me. Which does kind of have an effect on like the overall mood of how I am, and I just got a lot going on in my life, my private life, basically, that you guys don't see. And
I do understand there is a lot of stuff that people go through on a daily basis, and it shouldn't be online. In fact, a lot of things should not be online that people put online. So I can understand and wanting her to really keep that stuff offline. But at the same time, majority of the stuff that you're going through that is negative is really your own issues and your own fault. They are created from the actions that you chose to really make your life into. Like, you didn't have to do all of this stuff. You did it simply because you wanted to take the shortcuts, and now here you are. Like, you're suffering because of your shortcuts.
it's just been hard. It's just hard. Like, it's just hard. I don't know how, it's hard to have like a clear mind right now on this trip. And I do, though, want to make the best of it and make some Thailand content before I go. I just waiting to feel a little bit better because, with my whatever this is, cold, COVID, I don't know, but something's going around. I can hear people coughing all over. So I don't know. We've all given each other something, I'm sure. So,
Just what we need. Foodie bringing back the Black Plague.
but yeah. And I think I just got sick from just catching it from someone, traveling. And the rest is history. Germs spread very fast when you're traveling, and so
So I watched this experiment where it was about 10 to 15 candidates in a buffet setting, like in a dining room, with access to just food on a table. And essentially, it was an experiment to see how fast germs spread. It took about half an hour for like the visual representation of germs was like bioluminescence gel, and they mixed it in with hand sanitizer. So they had their hands covered in it with unknowingly, and it took about half an hour to spread throughout the entire place. And somehow it was like in places you would not even expect, and yet somehow it managed to get there too. And that just shows you I'm never, ever going to a buffet or a potluck or any situation where other people have access to it, like just easily access to it. Like a restaurant is a little different, but even so, like that was just repulsive to me.
excuse me. There you have it. Salah is not coming. It's just not worth it at this point. Like, I'd love to see him sooner, but it's like I'm gonna be going home soon anyway. So yeah, I don't really see the point in extending the trip for that short amount of time. Like, I don't know. I'm just kind of over it, and I just want to go home. And I think he knows that. You know what I mean? Like, I think he realizes like how bad I want to go home.
This kind of just loops back to my point originally, where if you want to spend time with your partner and you want to do something in Bangkok which you enjoy, wouldn't you just grin and bear it for a little bit? I mean, I know I would, even if I wasn't necessarily having a good time. And I mean, I do that with friends and family. There are things that I don't like doing that I do for other people that I don't necessarily like doing by myself, but I would enjoy doing it with them simply because I'm spending time with people that I love. So even if I'm not having a good time or if I'm not feeling the best, I'm still going to really enjoy spending time with people that you only have a limited amount of time on earth to have. So even if you're not having the best time of your life or you're doing something you don't necessarily like, I'm still getting to spend it with people that I genuinely love and care about and I adore. So I don't care. It makes up for the fact that I'm not having the best experience or I'm doing something I don't necessarily like, because I love my friends and family that much. So you would think you would be kind of like that with your husband as well, but it's just really me.
But I would tough it out for him if he really, really, really wanted to travel here. If he wanted to sightsee and stuff, I would tough it out.
I wouldn't be surprised if she did tough it out, but at the same time would be so passive aggressive about it. Like she would make it a situation in which she would be so moody and just rude the entire time. It would just ruin the experience for Salah, which ultimately, he chose to be in that relationship anyway. But at the same time, I feel like she would do it, but be very passive aggressive and just flat out rude at points.
But I just need to feel a little bit more better, a little better, and I should be good to go. So just to be on the safe side. It is humid out there. It's extra hard to do things when you're congested and not in good shape, so
Watching her go to the store and really struggle to walk around is a hard thing for me to see because I used to be that. Like, that's what I used to do on essentially a daily basis. Like, 5, 6 days a week, I would work. I would come home every single day. I would be out on my back, just laying down because I'm crying just so much from being in pain. And now I got to the point where we go to the gym and we put on like a weighted vest of how much we used to weigh. And it's very like it really puts into perspective how overweight I was, because you go from really being so light, moving around, being able to jump, climb, do all the stuff that you do on a daily basis in the gym. You put that on and then you do that and you're just like, Jesus Christ, how the hell could I do this with that extra weight? And like I was struggling to do like a jog of what, like, it was not even a fraction of what I do on a daily basis without my, without the vest on. And I was doing it with the vest on and I was struggling, man. I could not make it up a hill and I was thinking, Jesus Christ, this is going to be the end of me. But you take it off and you just feel so much lighter afterwards.
yeah, I guess that's it. I don't really have much else to say. Just wanted to announce that major development. So what you're probably going to see is just me taking a little bit more time to just get better, and then maybe get crack-a-lacking on what I want to do myself here while I'm here.
Honestly, the majority of the people that do watch you are haters, but even the ones that are really your supporters don't really care that much for Salah. Like, they care more so for you, and they would rather see you back in Canada doing your everyday life and actually trying to get better yourself and get into a healthy relationship where you are genuinely loved. Like, we don't really care about seeing you and your partner because it's all fake. It's like, it really is.
And I don't know, the Conjuring thing I do want to do, but it looks spooky to go to by yourself. I don't know, we'll see.
I would like to go to a couple of haunted attractions, like the ones with the actors and stuff like that that chase you through certain scenes and certain locations. That would be extremely fun for me, but I feel like I wouldn't do too well because of my autism, especially like loud noises and being physically touched. That would be something that would send me off the edge. Like, but I would love to try doing something like that. It would be kind of hard, but at the same time, I feel like it would be such a thrilling experience, like a once in a lifetime thing. I just would hope that I wouldn't break down because of it. Like, I would love to give it a try.
So far, it's mostly been a hotel adventure, which I don't know. Like, I personally don't mind just lounging at the hotels, like, a lot. Like, I like to do that. You guys know type of person I am. So,
Oh, and like that's the worst part about it though. Like you do this for a man who doesn't even love you, and yet you force yourself to go to a hotel in another location just to stay there and really eat. Like that's all you do. Well, I mean, she does a little bit of shopping, but that's primarily what you do is staying in the hotel and eating. There are so many different other experiences you could do, but you just don't want to do that.
it doesn't really bug me. Excuse me. I'm here for a long time. I'm sick, you know. Even if I wasn't sick, I'm probably not the type of person to want to do like super adventurous things, but I would probably do more for sure if I wasn't sick. Yeah, of course.
Just listening to this woman talk about how she would rather stay in a hotel and eat when there are so many people in the world who would love to travel but just can't afford it, it annoys me so badly. Like, there are so many people in this world who would love to travel to do this just once in their lifetime but have never been able to do it, and yet you have this woman just going, yeah, like, I would rather just stay in the hotel and eat because, that's what I want to do. I don't rather, I'd rather not go out and do adventurous stuff, even though I've paid to have that experience done. Like, oh,
My nerves are enjoying that. So, yeah, at least some relaxation by myself is at least what I'm getting out of this so far. And the Thailand people are amazing. So, yeah, it's all right. Um,
listening to her talk is funny because you would expect her to have such a hardcore job where it's like, okay, she's like a CEO of a multi-million dollar company. Hundreds of people are relying on her for job security and safety. One wrong turn and she could potentially lose out on $1 million business deal or something like that. But she does this every single day. She stays at home, she cooks, she eats, she might go out, get some food ordered in or whatever. And that's really the majority of what she does all day. Like, she doesn't even really show up to her job that much. And even when she does, it's just sitting on camera and eating. Like, you don't have stresses in your life. Like, not the stresses that most people do anyway.
yes, it will be a lone trip. A lot of people travel alone. It is what it is, whatever. So, all right, guys. So that's it. Salah can't come. It's just something out of his control, and last minute thing happened, and it's just gonna, just take more time to deal with. These things happen, and it's just us. We're just gonna bees until I can go home, and yeah, until it's time to go home and see everyone again. I can't wait. I really miss my pets. I'm such a baby. Oh. Anyway, all right. Yeah, so thanks for listening to me, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Alright guys, it's going to be the end of the video. I want to say thank you guys for watching. I do apologize for being a little bit downer in the end of the video. Listening to this woman complain about just the most privileged things is just soul draining to me. Like, they have no understanding of how privileged they are, and them complaining about something that is considered a luxury to many people. Like, many people would love to be in the position that they are. Like, working every single day of their lives just to get by and not being able to travel the world is such a it's such a miserable experience, because it's something that everyone at least should do once in their lifetime. But there are so many people who just can't do that, and listening to them really complain is just it is just the most first world problems. It really is. But thank you guys for watching. I really enjoy you guys being around, popping in to say hello, leaving a funny comment or some tips and tricks. You guys have been doing that, which I appreciate. 2 months in and we're already up to nearly 50 subscribers, which is insane to me. So thank you guys. I really appreciate it. And hopefully I get to see you guys in the next one as well. Bye bye.